The birth and early life of Musa. Hazrat Musa, Moses, was born at a time when the Israelites were living under the oppressive rule of Pharaoh, in Egypt. Firon, fearing a prophecy that an Israelite male child would overthrow him, ordered the killing of all newborn Israelite boys. To protect her son, Musa's mother placed him in a basket and set it afloat on the Nile River, praying for Allah's protection. The basket was found by Firon's wife, Asiya, who was moved by the sight of the innocent infant. She convinced Firon to adopt the child, despite his initial reluctance. Thus, Musa was raised in the palace of Firon, growing up with privileges while remaining aware of his true heritage. Musa's flight to Midian. As an adult, Musa witnessed the harsh treatment of the Israelites. One day he saw an Egyptian taskmaster beating an Israelite slave. In an attempt to defend the slave, Musa struck the Egyptian, unintentionally killing him. Fearing retribution from Pharaoh, Musa fled Egypt and traveled to the land of Midian. In Midian, Musa met Prophet Shuaib, Jethro, and his family. He married Shuaib's daughter Zipporah, and spent several years working as a shepherd. The burning bush and Musa's prophethood. One day, while traveling with his family near Mount Sinai, Musa saw a burning bush that was not consumed by the flames. When he approached, Allah spoke to him, appointing him as a prophet and commanding him to return to Egypt to free the Israelites from Pharaoh's tyranny. Allah granted Musa 2 miracles to support his mission. His staff could turn into a serpent, and his hand would glow white when he placed it inside his cloak. Musa's return to Egypt. Musa, along with his brother Aaron, returned to Egypt and confronted Pharaoh. They demanded that Pharaoh release the Israelites from slavery. Pharaoh, arrogantly dismissing their message, challenged Musa to a duel with his magicians. In the duel, Musa's miracles, by Allah's will, overpowered the magicians' tricks, leading many of them to believe in Musa's message. However, Pharaoh remained obstinate and increased the persecution of the Israelites. The plagues. Allah sent a series of plagues upon Egypt as signs for Pharaoh to relent. Blood, frogs, lice, locusts, boils, darkness, and the death of the firstborn. Each time, Pharaoh promised to release the Israelites but reneged once the plague was lifted. Despite the clear signs, Pharaoh's heart remained hardened. The Exodus. Finally, Musa was commanded by Allah to lead the Israelites out of Egypt. They left hastily during the night, with Pharaoh's army in pursuit. The Israelites reached the shores of the Red Sea, trapped between the water and Pharaoh's forces. By Allah's command, Musa struck the sea with his staff, causing it to part and allowing the Israelites to cross on dry land. When Pharaoh's army followed, the waters closed over them. Life after Exodus. After crossing the Red Sea, the Israelites wandered in the desert for 40 years. During this time, Musa received the 10 Commandments from Allah on Mount Sinai, which provided moral and legal guidance for the Israelites. Despite witnessing numerous miracles, the Israelites often faltered in their faith, leading to various trials and tribulations. Significance and lessons. The story of Pharaoh and Musa is central to Islamic teachings and is reflected upon for its moral and spiritual lessons. It underscores the power and mercy of Allah, the importance of faith and obedience to divine commands, and the eventual triumph of truth over falsehood. It also serves as a reminder of Allah's justice and the consequences of arrogance and oppression. Quranic references: Surah Al-Qasas 28:343 details Musa's birth, early life, flight to Midian, and encounter with the burning bush. Surah Taha 29:98 describes Musa's prophethood miracles, and confrontation with Firon. Surah Ash-Shu'ara 26:10-68 narrates Musa's mission to Firon and the parting of the Red Sea. Surah Al-Araf 7:103-137 recounts the plagues and the exodus from Egypt. The story of Musa and Firon is a timeless narrative of faith, perseverance, and divine justice, deeply embedded in the Islamic tradition.